When you scroll through endless espresso machine listings, the pictures always look pristine, sleek black panels, glossy metal finishes, and a portafilter that seems to promise cafe-quality shots at the push of a button. The frustration kicks in when you finally bring one home, plug it in, and discover that the first cup tastes more meh than wow, or that the temperature drifts a few degrees every time you pull a shot. That's the exact scenario I wanted to avoid, so I dug into the details of the Ascaso Dream PID before I even thought about wiring it up. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The Dream PID is marketed as a programmable home espresso machine with a digital PID temperature controller, a 58mm professional portafilter, and a built-in steam wand that's supposed to handle milk frothing and hot water dispensing with ease. It's essentially Ascaso's answer to the pricey prosumer segment machines that sit somewhere between a kitchen countertop gadget and a full-size commercial unit. The first question I asked myself, would this be the right fit for my daily routine, or would I end up with another countertop eye candy that gathers dust? Let's start with the daily workflow. The machine runs on a standard 120V outlet, so there's no need for a dedicated circuit. When I powered it on, the PID display lit up within a few seconds, showing the current boiler temperature and the target you set via the rotary knob. The temperature control is truly electronic, which means the boiler holds steady at the set point rather than hunting up and down like a traditional thermostat. For someone who values consistency, especially when pulling multiple shots back-to-back, that stability translates into noticeable improvements in extraction. In practice, I found that the first 2 shots in a row were almost identical in terms of volume and crema, something that can be a headache with simpler machines that overshoot or undershoot the ideal 93C range. A hidden trade-off shows up when you consider the warm-up time. Because the Dream PID uses a fairly large aluminum and stainless steel thermoblock, it needs roughly 3 to 4 minutes to reach the programmed temperature. That's quicker than a full-size boiler on a high-end espresso machine, but slower than an instant heat model that promises readiness in under a minute. If you're someone who makes a single espresso in the morning and then walks away for the rest of the day, that extra minute or two might feel like a nuisance. On the other hand, if you're a multi-shot brewer who likes to pull a latte, a cappuccino, and maybe an Americano in one sitting, the steady heat makes the wait worthwhile because you won't be constantly resetting the temperature. Now, who should actually buy this machine? If you're an espresso enthusiast who already knows how to dial in grind size, dose, and tamp pressure, the Dream PID gives you a stable canvas to fine-tune those variables. The 58mm portafilter is a professional size, so you can use the same baskets you might already own from a coffee shop or from previous home machines. The real walnut handle on the portafilter not only looks classy but also feels solid, giving you confidence when you lock it into the brew head. The steam wand, powered by the same boiler, delivers enough pressure for microfoam latte art, but it's not a vapor-only wand like you'd find on top-tier machines. If your goal is to practice milk texturing and you're comfortable with a little learning curve, the Dream PID will let you experiment without breaking the bank. Conversely, skip this unit if you're a casual drinker who just wants a quick, single cup a few times a week. The machine's size about as tall as a standard kitchen appliance and its weight mean it's a commitment on the countertop. You'll also need a grinder that can produce consistent espresso-grade particles, otherwise, the stable temperature will only highlight the inconsistencies in the coffee itself. And if you're looking for a machine that can run non-stop for an entire office shift, the Dream's single boiler design will eventually struggle to keep both brewing and steaming at optimal temperatures simultaneously. A dual boiler or heat exchanger model would serve that use case better. In terms of practical strengths, the most noticeable is the PID temperature stability. In several back-to-back tests, the machine held within half a degree of the set point, which is impressive for a home unit in this price bracket. That consistency helped me extract a balanced shot with a smooth body and a thin, golden crema, exactly the profile I aim for with a medium roast single origin. Another plus is the steam power. While it's not a commercial-grade wand, the pressure is enough to create a velvety milk texture that held up for latte art on a medium froth setting. The hot water dispenser also proved handy for Americanos or rinsing the portafilter between shots, delivering a steady flow without dribbling. On the downside, the warm-up time mentioned earlier can be a bottleneck for breakfast rush scenarios. Additionally, the machine lacks a built-in pressure gauge, so you're relying on the PID temperature readout and your own feel for pressure cues. Some users who like an